Hi everyone, this is Jana here. Welcome to my channel again. If you are not new here and if you are new, welcome. So today we're going to make again vegan fishless fish fillets because I want to introduce you to a very nice sauce which is a Florentine sauce. Super easy yet super delicious and very chic. And also because the first time that I made the fishless fillets, you can click there if you are interested, but it's going to be the same thing here today. But the first time I made, I forgot to split it open so you couldn't see inside. But today I have done that. But before we start with the recipe, I'm going to ask you to ring my bell. Yes, of course. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button so you get notified every time I make a video, and let's go to the recipe. Alright, so we're going to start by making the fishless fish fillets, and you can use two, perhaps three kinds of mushrooms, okay? The first option is oyster mushrooms because they're quite flaky. The second option is white shimeji, same reason. And the third option is a king oyster mushroom. But before you put the king oyster mushroom in the food processor, I want you to shred it a little bit, okay, because it's too big. Otherwise you're gonna have some small pieces and big pieces, and that's not so good at the end. And what do? We put it in the food processor. You pulse it a few times, scrape the sides, and then you're going to add some lemon or lime, okay? It cannot be vinegar, okay? It's just lemon or lime. Salt, white pepper, and kelp powder, but it is optional because those fish that I'm making here in this recipe, they're supposed to be mild fish, so whenever you add the kelp powder, I think that the sea flavors get too intensified, so I have added in this recipe, but in my opinion, it didn't need to. And this time I'm making it gluten-free, so I'm adding rice flour. Alright, and then as you can see, it's pretty flaky. And a big tip, before you make this fish, I think that the best thing is if the food processor cup and the blades and the ingredients are cold, okay? Because then you get everything firm, and then now we're going to act very fast because we still want it to, we want it to still be cold. So you make the patties and then you bread it in rice flour. And then you put it immediately to your freezer for at least 30 minutes, okay? And if you want it to be frozen, now's the time. All right, and now that our fish is in the freezer, we are going to make the Florentine sauce, which is super, super easy. And you know, when I say easy, it's because it is, okay? So we start by a little bit of oil in a skillet. Of course, I'm using my cast iron skillet because you know I love it. A little bit of vegan butter. Click there if you want to know how I make my vegan butter after this video. And when it's hot, you add red bell peppers or tomatoes or both. However, if you are adding tomatoes, no seeds, okay? Because otherwise the sauce is gonna get too watery. Now, I don't want it to cook too much, okay? This is a very, very fast sauce. Now you can add the garlic, 40 seconds. Now you add the capers. If you have the smaller one, better, because I think they're cuter and they taste better actually. A little bit of dry white wine. If you don't want to use white wine, it can be just a vegetable broth or alcohol-free beer. Now we add chopped fresh spinach. Everything is very fast, okay? So you gotta be on top of your sauce. Some white pepper and some salt. And now we're going to use, remember the vegan cream cheese that I made a few weeks ago, perhaps a few months ago? Click over there also because I have the recipe. And then you add to your sauce. And as you can see, it's super creamy, super beautiful. I love this sauce with anything. It can also be a dip. Now you add some lemon, a few drops of lemon. And now we're going to add a little bit of butter because we want the butter to emulsify and create a cream. But for this to happen, the butter has to be either very cold or frozen and cut into cubes. In with butter. Now you can turn off the heat. And our Florentine sauce is ready. And now we're going to fry our fishless fish fillets. Or you can bake it in the oven by using one of those. Okay, it has to be those because if the fishless fish gets in touch with the baking sheet, it's going to get stuck because it's too humid. Mushrooms, again, they have a lot of water inside, so it's going to be a mess. So it has to be this one, okay? All right, now we're going to fry, shallow fry, actually much less oil than I used in the other recipe, our fishless fish fillets with a little bit of vegetable oil. No olive oil, please. Don't do that. And then we add our fishless fish fillet to a very hot oil, and then you lower to medium, okay? And it's going to be about 5 minutes on each side. And our fishless fish is ready. The other one I opened for you guys. And now we're going to plate it. This is supposed to be eaten immediately. This sauce cannot wait. Otherwise, the spinach, because you know how much water the spinach has inside, it's going to wilt too much. And then it's going to get too watery. And we want it a little bit creamy, like it is now. And now we add our fish. A little bit more lemon, just because. A little bit of parsley. And can you tell me if there is something more beautiful than this? Look at that. And of course, I'm going to try this because it looks heavenly. And I never thought, I got a confession to make. I haven't had most fishes because I actually don't like it, but I never thought I would. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I really want you guys to make it. It's flaky and it's mild. Like I said before, the kelp powder is a little bit of a, it's optional, not a little bit, but totally optional. It's not necessary because this is supposed to be mock fish, but in the, how can I say, milder, you know, side, as opposed to those very strong fishy fish. It's delicious. And this is it for today. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Don't forget to check on my merch. It's going to be linked down below. Part of my profit is going to be donated to my local animal shelter. And if you would like to support this channel, because making videos is super expensive, you can click on there, my Patreon, and then you can know more about that. And follow me on my social media, and the full recipe is going to be linked down below in the description box, as well as on my website. And I see you next time. Have a fabulous week. Bye bye.